garlic shrimp, which is a typical Spanish tapas recipe. If you ever go to Barcelona and go to a tapas bar, chances are you'll see this on the menu. And it's one of the things that uses a lot of olive oil. Olive oil is really the star of the show. And today I'm going to be using a special olive oil. The olive oil I'm using today is from a Spanish company, Casas De Hualdo. And this is a very special olive oil because it's a single varietal. This is made with the Cornicabra olive, which is a robust olive, so it's a robust flavored olive oil. And this is a good choice for this recipe because we're going to be infusing it with garlic, and this olive oil will stand up to the flavor of the garlic and give it a good olive flavor to go with it. This is made entirely on a plantation that has its own olive trees, and they harvest these olives and crush them and make olive oil within 6 hours of harvesting them. So very, very fresh tasting olive oil. It's really farm to table when you think about it. So over here I've prepared 12 cloves of garlic. 6 cloves of garlic I've minced. The other 6 I've sliced. And what we're going to do is start out with 8 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. You're going to heat it up at medium-low. And we're going to put the diced garlic in the olive oil first. And we're going to let that slowly cook over medium-low heat until it's a light golden brown. So it should take 5 minutes or so to do that. So we're letting the garlic oil simmer in the olive oil for several minutes. It should probably take you somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. I'm using a high quality pan here that's pretty hot, so it'll probably sizzle a little harder. You want to make sure you don't cook it too fast because if it burns, it'll make the whole thing bitter. So it's just important. What we're trying to do right now is just infuse as much of the garlic flavor into the oil as possible. And the rest of the ingredients that you're going to need for the recipe are 1 pound of shrimp. I like to use something that's wild harvested. So this is probably Gulf shrimp that I'm using here. This is about 16 to 20 count. You don't have to get very big. You probably want them smaller if anything, so that way you can serve more people. This is meant to be an appetizer. We'll serve approximately 4 people. In addition to that, you're going to need about a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. We're going to need some Spanish paprika. This is a special smoked Spanish paprika that I'm going to be using to top this towards the end of the recipe. You also are going to want to find, if you can, some sherry vinegar. This is a typical Spanish vinegar, otherwise known in Spain as vinegar de Jerez. This is a special, good quality sherry vinegar that I have here. That's going to go into the recipe. I also use my own little twist, being a little southern. I use Old Bay seasoning in this as well to give it a little bit of interesting flavors, a little bit more lemon, a little bit more bay leaf, and that sort of things are all incorporated into the seasoning. This is what I use when I make boiled shrimp cocktail, and it tastes delicious, and it makes this recipe, I think, very good too. All right, so you'll see now that our garlic is just lightly golden brown. And what we want to do now is add back your sliced pieces. And give this a quick stir, and then go ahead and add my shrimp to the pan. Try and spread it out so they all get cooked in the olive oil nicely. Now I'm going to add a half teaspoon of the Old Bay seasoning over the shrimp here. And I'm also going to add right now my Spanish paprika. I'm going to have about 2 teaspoons of Spanish paprika. And give that a good stir around. See that my shrimp is starting to cook. I'm going to turn up the heat now so we can cook it a little bit quicker now that all the ingredients are in here. This will start to really sizzle the shrimp. I started with about 8 tablespoons of olive oil in here. Now I'm going to add the 2 teaspoons of the special cherry vinegar. And we're going to add our lemon juice to the recipe. And we're going to give it about a tablespoon of chopped parsley into the pan with the rest of this ingredient. And this is just about done. So to serve, I'm just going to get a hot pad and take this to the table. I'm going to put some more fresh parsley on top to top it. Give a nice color. And that's it. You're ready to eat. When you serve this with some crusty bread on the side, you'll want to dip the bread in the olive oil when you're done eating the shrimp. And this is as great as an appetizer, of course.